April 13th, 2026. Two mysterious phone calls suddenly arrived at the radar control room of Russia's Gusev military base. At first, the incident seemed ordinary. But within minutes, officials realized something was wrong. The main problem was that none of the words in the calls could be clearly understood. Heavy static noise and signal interference made communication almost impossible. However, one important detail stood out. The calls were transmitted on the same frequency normally used by Russian cargo ships. Under normal circumstances, this type of emergency communication is extremely rare. As a result, control room officers immediately began treating the situation as a potential emergency. They repeatedly attempted to re-establish contact, but every effort failed. Clear communication could not be restored. Officials then decided to analyze the signal code. Every ship carries a unique identification code that can be used to determine its identity and location. The results were surprising. The signal was traced to a Russian cargo ship located approximately 25 miles from the Iranian Sea in international waters. That was where the mysterious calls had originated. The biggest concern, however, was that no further communication could be established with the vessel. Despite repeated attempts, there was no response. Russia places a high priority on the security of its commercial ships. But there was another challenge. The incident location was nearly 4,600 kilometers away from Russia. Reaching the area would take considerable time. Even Russia's most advanced fighter aircraft would need roughly 2 hours to arrive. Yet obtaining information quickly was essential. Without knowing exactly what had happened, making an informed decision would be impossible. Russia therefore contacted Iran's radar control center and requested assistance in monitoring the area. In response, Iran deployed an Ababil surveillance UAV to investigate the situation. As the drone approached the location, it gathered several important details. A cargo ship was visible in the area. In addition, 2 helicopters and a warship were also present nearby. However, it was not possible to confirm which country they belonged to. Since the incident was taking place in international waters, Iran could not directly intervene. International maritime law imposes specific restrictions on military actions in such areas. Therefore, Iranian authorities limited their role to observation and forwarded the collected information to Russia. After reviewing the situation, Russian military officials made a rapid decision. They ordered the deployment of their most advanced fighter jets, the Su-57. Capable of reaching speeds of approximately 2,600 kilometers per hour, the aircraft were immediately dispatched toward the area. A refueling aircraft accompanied them to support the long-distance mission. Nearly 2 hours later, the fighters arrived at the scene. Using international communication channels, they attempted to establish contact with the warship and helicopters operating in the area. Russia reportedly issued a clear message, demanding that all involved forces leave the area immediately and allow the cargo ship to continue its voyage without interference. Several hours later, Israel released an official statement regarding the incident. According to Israeli authorities, the cargo ship had been stopped because of alleged violations of international maritime regulations. Russia responded firmly. Russian officials warned that any future attempts to stop their ships in a similar manner would be taken very seriously and could result in a strong response. The incident quickly attracted international attention and sparked discussions around the world. However, despite the tension, both sides managed to prevent the situation from escalating further. In the end, don't forget to subscribe MindNet.